Alright, testing 1, 2, 3. What's going on, fellow rogues? It's Massmare here, and welcome in for episode 2 of Order of Ecclesia. And in advance, guys, I want to apologize, considering, as I just explained in my Twitch chat, I once again forgot to run the ads at the start of the stream. Why is this not up? Come here. That's not right. This should be it. There it is. Okay. But anyways, yeah. I just woke up a little while ago. I took a nap after the Power Wash Sim 2 stream, rogues, earlier on. I do apologize. I'm still kind of... still trying to kind of like, you know, get the caffeine in my system and get myself, you know, good to go for the stream. You know, which I am gonna be, you know, fine for this. I'm just trying to kind of like, you know, shake the cobwebs out of my head. But yeah, as far as like I said, I had like, you know, this whole new intro screen set up so that I can like run the ads at the start, and this makes 2 times now that I forgot to run the damn things. Starting things off. So probably like as soon as the stream is over, I'm gonna go in. I think I got a way around it. You know, with me having the stream deck, and also StreamerBot, and, you know, other, you know, resources like, you know, at my disposal for like how I do my streams, it really shouldn't be too hard for me to set something up to where like the ads will automatically play. Really, it probably shouldn't be as like any more difficult than just setting up an action, like, you know, during like, because how it works, rogues, is I pretty much have I'll actually go show you real quick. We'll kind of like, you know, go back to my other input real quick. I'll show you guys exactly what I've got going on here, so you can kind of get, you know, so that way it won't be like lost on things. And plus, with me currently being bit sleep deprived, this means I don't have to worry about like stumbling on words as much. So if I pull up my stream deck thing right here, you'll see that what I've got going on is yeah, you'll see like what I've got going on here. This is like my stream deck. Don't mind, it's a little cluttered. But pretty much what normally happens is I have like, you know, this thing here. If we click on this and I go over to this and show this off, it's got it where it does like it automatically switch over to my welcome scene, which is what y'all see at the start. And then like once it does that, it goes live. And then afterwards, well, it's supposed to normally have a thing like with YouTube where it starts and stops the stream. But I have to do that manually, you know, with like the thing I use in Stream Deck, or like with I use like Atom Stream Suite. And realistically, I'd like for this to work to where it would automatically go live on YouTube, but it doesn't do it. I don't know like why. It's just like I think it's just because I'm using the whole ATEM stream suite, so I'm not able to actually, you know, start both of them here as much as I wish I could, because there have been a few times I've actually forgot to do my start my YouTube streams, and then when I go over when I'm ending a stream, it goes to the outro, and then like it does like a delay, like, you know, so that way it does like a 40,000 millisecond delay, which is pretty much the length of the outro, give or take. Gives enough time to kind of like, you know, go through the outro and then automatically end the stream. And again, it doesn't really necessarily work like it's supposed to for YouTube, so I had to like end it manually. And then it has like yeah, like none of this works like it's supposed to. Like as far as like YouTube is concerned. So it shouldn't be too hard for me to kind of do something similar with the whole delay thing, because it takes a little bit of time for like the actual option for me to, like, you know, to run like my ads up here in the ad manager and OBS. It takes like a little bit of time for it to give me that option. So I just need to, like, you know, figure out how much time it takes. So try to like figure out how much time it's gonna take to do, you know, for like that to come up. And then afterwards, I could just like have like a delay thing, or have like, you know, just have to like figure out like how I can like, you know, kind of do a delay to where I can like have like the I'm thinking like probably what I could do, like there I just have to like set up some kind of delay somewhere in here where, so probably like after the stream goes live, have like another delay afterwards, and then it'll go in and after that delay for the next action, it'll go ahead and start the next start the ads. So I just gotta figure out like how much time passes, where I could probably maybe like give like a minute or so just to be safe. Look at my timer or whatever and just like, you know, set it for like, I have to figure out the timing. But if I do that, it means I won't have to worry about like having to like, you know, miss out on doing the ads. It shouldn't be too difficult to set up. But yeah, that's the plan. That I won't have to worry about messing this up anymore, because what at least what I did was I went in and did like, you know, used all 3 of my snoozes, so I got like 15 minutes like I can kind of like dedicate to like, you know, to actually, you know, playing the game or getting to the next area. But I also think I might just go ahead and run like the next ad break, you know, right now. Going to get that out of the way. But hopefully it just means a little more work I got to do, but it's not a big deal compared to other stuff I've been doing lately. Just hoping that pretty much I should be able to kind of like get things set up to where I can automatically do the ads and won't have to worry about it anymore. Because it's definitely been a little bit, you know, like Amber said in the chat, getting like, you know, on a little new routine. It's definitely been tricky, especially when I just woke up. And this is twice in a row I didn't forgot to run the ads, because I got this whole system in place with the new welcome screen that makes it where you guys don't have to worry about like, you know, the ad break. Like the ad break plays at the beginning, and then, excuse me, goes into like a little intro animation. So y'all really aren't missing any content or anything. But this is twice now that I've screwed it up, and I do apologize for that. So I want to like just try like, you know, streamline it to where I'm so used like doing the ad breaks at the start myself, like after I taught you guys for a bit, like I'm doing right here. But like I said, I was trying to facilitate this to make it like, you know, much more easier on all of you, so that way you won't have to worry about me, you know, rambling for a bit and then going to the ad break and then starting the game. You know, all that would get taken care of for the start. So those like who want to go ahead and like see the game, like, you know, without me having like, you know, do a break at the beginning, you know, the break will be out, but like the ad break will be like when it's pretty much right there to start, when everyone's like joining in, so they don't have to worry about seeing it. So it could be people kind of get into the stream and the ad break may already be over and all that. That's kind of like why I set it up. Does like the little static, you know, starting soon, where there's not really a whole lot going on. Gives people about like 3 minutes or so to kind of like, you know, get into the chat. And then it does like the little animation to kind of like hype people up and hype me up as well. And then we get on into the game. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and get this ad break out of the way now. I do apologize to you guys again. I promise to try to get like things like something more streamlined set up to where it like does the ad break automatically. Gonna research how to do it. You know, try to have that set up by the time I do my next stream. I'm trying my best here, Rogues. But that's like, you know, what I've always said as far as like, you know, my content's concerned. I'm someone who owns up when he goofs up something, which isn't really me. Like, it's just pretty much just me trying to get into the routine of things, like Amber said. But I want to just streamline it, you know, making things automated. But that's what I've always said. I'm someone who does acknowledge, you know, that, you know, when there's times that he kind of like screws up with his streams or whatever, he's always trying to improve. And that's pretty much, you know, been my whole thing, like throughout the years I've been doing content creation. I'm always trying to improve, always trying to learn, and it's definitely like an endless, you know, cycle, you know, trying to, you know, do better than I've done before. And I'm owning up to the fact that I definitely, you know, that this is 2 streams a day where I've done this, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta go in and try like, you know, set it up to where I don't have to worry about like starting the ad break myself. So just kind of make sure it's not a problem. So I should be able to set up in the stream deck, and hopefully by next stream, I just gotta like figure out the exact time that the ad will go live. But yeah. So I probably like maybe give like I may just extend like the starting thing out a little bit more longer just to make sure I have like enough time. I think like usually it seems like it's about like 40 seconds to a minute before like it gives me the option to do the ad break. So I'll probably like maybe like extend the thing out for somehow to where at the very least it'll have like a grace period, like give like a little bit of slack to where like I'll be able to kind of get the figure out the milliseconds, how to do the ad break, done and done. So anyways, ad break now. Hopefully this will be the last time you guys got to deal with me doing it like this. I'm going to try to get things fixed. I also got like a shelf I got to put together tonight and everything, and then I'm going to go back to bed. So give me about 3 minutes, Rogues, and I'll be right back. And again, I really am sorry again for this. Rogues, I made sure like to go to the right scene this time because I have had a habit of going to like the live stream scene instead of like the actual retro one up here and everything. And also, I will say I did kind of already get one thing in motion, like as far as fixing the whole ad break issue I was talking about, like that I just explained. So what I decided to do, since it wasn't really too far off, or like too many more seconds from like where I was previously, as far as the intro is concerned, I had it like in original like 6 minutes and 43 seconds for like the intro to where like it did like the static, the white noise starting soon, and then like the actual animation. So I changed it up from like 6:43 to 7 minutes. So I'm guessing that what I should be able to do ideally with the stream deck is I can have it where it goes in, does like the thing where it starts a stream, let like a minute and milliseconds pass, then it'll do the ad break. So I'm gonna test that out. Hopefully that'll work. Because I think like if I'm right, what I noticed before is that it usually took it like around probably about a minute or so to actually get going. So yeah, and I do apologize. I keep on extending out the time of like the opening Rogues, but again, it's pretty much in the sense that that's going to be like the time where like not a lot of people are going to be in the stream anyway. and so it gives me plenty of time to get the ad break out of the way. I try to like have like this little thing where it does the opening and a part like right there was just like a little like starting soon thing where those anyone who's like doing a paid sub to me, okay, they're seeing like a little static screen that has like some music to it, but it'll pretty much be like those are your subs see the entire thing, and then the those who don't have the sub, they'll see like the paid sub, they'll see the ads, and then afterwards they'll get like that little animation I put together. So it should hopefully be enough time to where like 7 minutes should be plenty of time to where it can like go ahead and do the auto thing. Because otherwise, if it was, I just wish it was kind of be like that. As soon as I go live, it gives the option for the to do ad breaks. But I can understand like it takes like a, time for enough like data to go through the internet and everything for it to actually get all that loaded up. So I understand it's a time process. So yeah, so it's pretty much set now to where the intro will. I just have to like go into back into my editing software and change like the that little static intro at the start. Add like about like I would say 14 more seconds to it. I mean 14 more seconds at this point or whatever isn't really gonna be that much compared to everything else. So yeah, even it out like a 7 minutes on the dot, so that will give like plenty of time and everything. Hopefully that will work. At the very least, it's gonna like make it where there won't be too much missed like on like the opening like actual animation. We'll see how it works by tomorrow's stream. I promise I'll have everything set up by then. It won't be too, after everything else I put together for the intro, won't be that much of a big deal. Just extend anything out by 14 more seconds and then, go from there. So anyways, rambling aside, I went through all this trying to explain all to you guys and apologize to you that I didn't really talk about what happened with this game previously. So last time I played Order of Ecclesia, technically episode 1 was more or less episode 2 because I was having to go back through and replay start episode 1 over due to some complications with me originally trying to start this up several weeks ago. Or actually, I might have been like over a month ago at this point. But yeah, I tried to do like episode 1 for Order of Ecclesia because this is like the last Metroidvania Castlevania that I have to play before like the new one comes out. So far we've done Portrait of Ruins, Symphony of the Night. Being a mix of like the Metroidvanias in the series I hadn't played before and the ones I have done. So I've done Symphony of the Night, which I played before, as well as Aria of Sorrow and Dawn of Sorrow. So I did both of those, but the ones I hadn't played were Portrait of Ruin, Circle of the Moon, Harmony of Dissonance. I think that was like mainly all of them. But yeah, and then there's Order of Ecclesia is the last one I got to play, which I've played the PS5 collection, so like the Advanced Collection, Requiem, and of course, like now we're doing like the Dominus Collection, and this last was the Dominus Collection. And I know that Capcom, I think, said that they got more plans for Castlevania, so I'm hoping that the new game sells well enough to where we can, like I said, I'm hoping exponentially that we finally get a game where we get to play as Julius and do the Battle of 99. If I don't know why I said Capcom, I meant Konami. If they actually do go in and do that, I can die happy. Hoping I'm not gonna die anytime soon. But I've been wanting an actual Battle of 99 game for so long, so if they do actually listen to fans, 'cause I know there's like plenty of people out there who voice they want a official Battle of 99 game with Julius. But there is like a fan game, and no offense like to the the devs of the fan game, but I want something official. And yeah, it's definitely not knocking fan based games, because the whole concept is okay, well, Konami's not gonna do it, we're gonna do it. I'm hoping this could be like another situation, kind of like how it was with Resident Evil years back. I think it's like Capcom had told like there was these devs that said these devs were trying to do like a remake, I think Resident Evil 2 or one of the Resident Evils. And Capcom, like, told them, basically did a cease and desist. And it wasn't really, I think, like anything really like with malevolence to it. It was just mainly saying that, they were going to do it. So it's kind of like, I think, like, I took it like when I read about it, it's like Capcom saying, we appreciate the effort, but let us handle it. So I really am hoping we do get a Battle of 99 game. But as far as, like I said, the last episode for this, it was pretty much me restarting the first episode I did. So it technically was like episode 2, but that we went through and actually progressed further than I did the first time. I mean, I kind of had to like cheese things a little bit with the crab boss because like how much of a complete ass it was, and after how it wrecked me the first time I ever played this, when I got back to it again, like for the proper episode 1, I had enough of it. So I went in, beat that, and now we're getting to the proper blind playthrough of this again. I wish that initially I would have been able to kind of go in and just do like the entire like the first of episode 1 the first time with it being like fully blind. I like going to like my games like fully blind and such, but it can't be helped. At least now everything I'm gonna be seeing in the game is gonna be fresh. So with that said, we're gonna go ahead and get onto the swing of things. Because I'm excited to get into more of this. I'll say that it's definitely taking a little more for me to warm up to Order of Ecclesia, considering how awesome Portrait of Ruin was. But I've been enjoying it so far. Instead of like a change of pace on things, I mean, obviously, of course, like, my favorite Castlevania to this day is Symphony of the Night. It's kind of hard to beat, like, what a lot of people consider, like, the GOAT. But, Symphony of the Night is, like, one I would highly suggest if anyone's wanting to get into, like, Castlevania. Metroidvanias, were, obviously, I think, like, the best entries in the Castlevania series. But no doubt, Symphony of the Night is widely considered the best one, and honestly, it's one of the most accessible ones. I can see like why people say Order of Ecclesia is like one of the harder ones, but Symphony of the Night like was actually much more easy, and I feel like honestly Alucard is like one of my favorite Castlevania pro tags as well. So yeah, if you guys like haven't played Castlevania, I'd highly suggest starting off with Symphony of the Night. And if like you're gonna play like the normal ones, like the ones that aren't exactly Metroidvanias, a highly suggested one would probably be Super Castlevania 4. It's difficult. Like the original ones before the Metro, like the weren't the Metroidvanias, are notorious for being pretty difficult. But at the same time, also I would say either start with Super Castlevania 4 because that's a good solid starting point. But also if you do have access to it, Lamont of Innocence for the PS2 was pretty much I guess like one of the canonically one of the first like well not canonically but chronologically probably like really the first in the series because it was when the Belmont clan was pretty much first formed without going into spoilers on it. And I would eventually like to be able to get my hands on that, by any means actually play that for you guys, because I really did love, Lamont of Innocence. Or Lamont, whatever. So, I'm trying to, like, see here, because I ain't played this in a bit, so I need to get back into my, okay, sorry, that was my, I had my scythe build right here. Did I load up the wrong save? Again. Rogues, I think I loaded up the wrong save. Again. Okay, I think I did, because again, just woke up a little while ago. I loaded the wrong save. I need to just delete the other one, get it out of the way, so I don't keep making this mistake. There we go. Alright. I loaded the wrong save up. I'm gonna collect these again though, but sudden seemed off there. I was like, wait a minute. I swear I had like a different loadout. Alright, we're good to go now though. Okay, I got milk before. Now it's coffee. I guess they're trying to tell me something. Alright. Yes, you need caffeine, which I got. This, which I done went through it. I will say this actually. Recently I got this in another flavor. This was my first time actually trying the Bloom Energy, Sparkling Energy. And this apple flavor one actually is one of the best tasting energy drinks I've ever had. So, yeah. Definitely got to get more of those. Definitely, it just kind of mostly, it definitely has like that little, caffeine, like the energy drink taste, but mostly it tastes like a sparkling apple juice. Alright, so let's see. Okay, that's where I can get like,
Yo, there you are.
come on, Rube, bring me, and it's yours. Alright. Has God ever spoken to you? He spoke to me once. Tell me to clear this wasteland and build a village. So, why is this like Populous or something? I'm not gonna apparently this dude like came from like a Civ building game or like a like a city building game, because that just sounds like something that would be in that, like a voiceover. He sounds like an NPC in like in a city building game or world building. You guys know what I'm talking about, like Civ or Populous or whatever. Populous was like definitely one on Super Nintendo, which I think that was actually one of the games that kind of like really was what led to me not really being too big on strategy games like that. I mean, I don't really know if that's the genre, but you guys know what I'm talking about. The games where it's pretty much about, I guess God games or whatever. I think there's like different things they call the genre, but it's kind of like Civ and Civilization and again Populous and everything. I mean, one of the only ones I actually really was kind of able to get into to an extent was ActRaiser on the Super Nintendo, but that's just because like the first game had like actual side-scrolling mechanics to it, and the second one I think was like just more like just purely a side-scroller. It just took all the all the world building, like the God, right. Keep forgetting like the actual genre name for it. That's gonna bug me. I'm pretty sure it's like. Hang on. I think oh. Yeah, God game, subgenre, real-time strategy, and everything. Yeah, Age of Empires is another one. I'd never really, you know... Excuse me? Your armor's shabby. Bring 3 iron ore, then we'll talk. But yeah, you know, God games, pretty much. I didn't even say, like, you know, to a slight extent. I mean, I know this might be an unpopular opinion, but I kind of like it looked at The Sims kind of like that. Because you basically are playing God to, like, The Sims, you know? It's like you're basically controlling their fate, you know? You're... more or less make sure they're sustained. If you want to, you can just like build like a diving board without a swim pool for them to jump off of, like I did in Sims Busting Out. But yeah, I've just never really been too big on like real-time strategy, like, you know, Command and Conquer, or I mean, I think StarCraft definitely falls into that. Like Archaea Zero, a friend of both mine, myself and Amber, you know, she's been playing like a lot of StarCraft. And you know, it's just been like really intriguing going by her streams and like watch how hooked she gets on it.
Welcome.
So Noah, you get this special discount.
Hey, want to buy something?
So I mean, that's always been my thing, you know. I'm always like, I love like seeing like other gamers, like, you know, other streamers, other gamers who are really into like, you know, a game of like, you know, whatever genre. Even if it's one I'm not really interested in. Like that's my whole thought process always been. Like, if I follow a channel, it's gonna be based around like how they treat their viewers, and also like, you know, just seeing like, you know, how much love they got for a game and everything. Like I can go in and watch someone. I can go and like watch someone playing Resident Evil, and if they're like, you know, being like, you know, rude to their viewers or whatever and such. Resident Evil is like obviously like my favorite game series. But if it's someone that's like being a jerk to their viewers, I'm not gonna like, you know, watch them. I'm not gonna come back. But if I go in and watch someone playing like a football game by chance, and you know, because me, I'm definitely not big on sports games. But as long as they're like, you know, they got like a good atmosphere and they're friendly to everyone or whatever, I'll still, you know, come back and watch them, even if I'm not like really a fan of like the game myself. So, yeah. So then it kind of like goes like a long way with me on things like that. You know, I don't really care like what genre like someone's playing. You know, if they're enjoying it and they're enjoying like the company of their viewers, then I'm enjoying, you know, their content. I've just never really been too big on like, you know, real-time strategy myself. And, you know, same with like with I mean, there's like some racing games I play, but it's kind of like more like the arcadey ones, like, you know, Sonic and All-Stars Racing. I definitely need to get Sonic Cross Worlds. But I've never really been like too big on like, you know, like more realistic ones. Like, I have wanted to try Forza, because I know I've seen, like, a lot, like, you know, of, like, videos online of, like, Forza and this whole thing where you got, like, you know, you get raced like this big, you know, Gundam-style mech. But, yeah, the Calidus channel. Oh, that's right. You know, I forgot I can swim underwater now. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You know, Call of Duty, I played it, like, you know, back on Mixer, I played a little bit of it. And it is like, you know, some, I mean, you know, what surprisingly, the chat was coming in and actually being pretty cool about things, you know. You know, you figure like, you know, for something like that, the chat, like, you know, will come in and be rude, like, you know, be like, get good, scrub and stuff like that. But surprisingly, you know, the chat, like, during that stream when I was trying to play zombies with someone else. I think it was like Call of Duty 2, or Call of Duty, like it was Black Ops 2. The chat was actually surprisingly supportive. They were saying like, you know, first time, and I was like, yeah, it's like you'll get the hang of it. It was just really wild seeing that, because I've heard like so much about how like people in the COD community can be like pretty toxic, but that was like one of those things where, you know, they weren't really, you know, being rude, and they were just like, you know, just coming in. And I'm loving the architecture here. Also, if it's, I mean, hopefully it's like, and it's not too loud, guys, but I did like to change some audio settings earlier when I was like, when we were doing Power Wash them. Okay, I know they said they need a chamomile, whatever. Yeah, and honestly, if I ever do really get into it, that's probably the only mode I really would play. I mean, I would love to maybe, like, you know, get into Call of Duty for stuff like that. But, you know, zombies, like, I definitely sucked at. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I was telling everyone, I was like, yeah, guys, I know I absolutely suck at this. And they're saying, it's okay, you know, you'll get the hang of it. Like, they were being surprisingly very supportive of me. Like, I was expecting people to come in and be like, you know, just definitely troll about it, you know. And I was like, yeah, I mean, you know, yeah, you guys are right, I suck. I'm gonna own up, you know. And but it would be, you know, cool to kind of like get into something like that with people, maybe. But it's just like, I don't really like do competitive games too much. I mean, like, you know, but at the same time, like, zombies, like, is more like, you know, it's just like, you know, kind of like more like, you know, it's mainly PvE and everything. But hang on. Let me switch out my glyphs here because I'm no longer since I got this for the Didn't I have the scythe? Yeah, sickle. I switch it out this one too. Yeah, I mean that would be something like maybe that I'd like to play with friends sometime in the future. But we'll have to see. There's just so much else that's on my pipeline right now as far as like things for my channel. I wonder if it's gonna be the other ore I needed. MP max up. Surprised there's not like a whole lot down here, but I'm cool with that. Yeah, it was like probably around maybe like 2017 or 18 where I tried zombies. I just love how much easier the stage is now. Like I'm having to worry about like everything else up there. Okay, let me see. Is that like a completion? Because I noticed. All right, yeah. Well, it makes sense because there's a whole other area all the way down there. Okay, now we can actually go down here and explore. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure we got everything taken care of topside. Outside of there might be like any kind of secrets up there. Alright, he's down. Yeah, that rock look kind of sus, like the shadow right there. Alright, hang on a sec. Get over here. Oh, I forgot I'm still underwater. Alright, salt. Surprising thing about it is it shows that they're actually weaker to the hammer, but I've been taking them down just fine, like with the sickle. Let me get this fish out of the way. Alright, so let's see. Keep this going here. Alright, what is that? Trying to figure out what I'm looking at right here. Dark octopus. What's so dark about him? They look pretty colorful to me. I don't know why dark octopus sounds like it'll be like a Yu-Gi-Oh card. Okay, let's see what all else is. There's two of these jerks right here. And they're guarding something. Gold ring. Okay, so that's definitely gotta be better than... I don't have any. Luck increases with the gold in your wallet. Sounds good. Pretty sure probably like better things I can find later, but... Alright, these guys are weak to ice and I guess darkness. And it's showing like a black hole and everything. Thankfully the glyphs in this game are like the icons a little bit understand like exactly what it is works and doesn't work. Or like what exactly each thing is. I know some games I've had like struggle with that, but it's easy to see like hammer, sword, ice, lightning, anti-venom. Oh, well. No one likes the opportunity. Likes the opportunity, Gelso. It's kind of irrelevant because I was worried that... Oh. I can pretty much just, you know, take them down from right here. I mean, I was worried that like I had to use them as stepping stones, but then again... I mean, since I'm able to float. Problem is that it shows a resilient to hammer, but doesn't really show anything else. I guess like that. It's pretty much like the way this thing over here on the side works is that if they're not resistant or weak to something, it just won't show it. So it'll just be like pretty much just kind of free reign on hitting them with it. So it shows like, you know, they're like Gelsto's like weak to hammers, but like, you know, strong but resistant to slashing. Oh goddamn. Yeah, I'm just gonna get whatever's in here and then like just be done with it. Okay, I'm gonna, oh, okay, never mind. So we can keep going. It's a strange place to have fish here. I probably like need to start like relying on that more, but just watch how much I use it because that definitely drains hearts. That was strange. Okay. That'll be enough for that. Yeah, okay, those things like if they get up on you wherever they're a nightmare. Can't let allow that. I see there's like a puzzle to solve, like there's something I can do here. I'm wondering if... There it is. Oh, this is gonna suck though, but at least I understand it now. I just gotta be patient with this. I will say I'm not like definitely not a fan of this room. I'm thankful that like that the Gelsos can't like, you know, hit them. It's leveled up. So that's saying they're trying to like, you know, trick me into like hitting this thing. But yeah, I know the trick here. We gotta be patient. Just don't get too greedy with it. Okay, but now at least we're in a spot where I can just walk it over it. Don't even think about it. I was thankful that these things can't push it back, or they can't, you know, mess it up. Got it. That was annoying, but... And the son told me there was a chance of being like a hidden room there, because that would have been a perfect place for them to put one. After all that work. I'm definitely not complaining about getting like an upgrade to all 3 things here. Alright, definitely one of the best hit secret rooms I've found so far. After all... Look, dude, if I had to like start all this, if I had to do all this over where you would highly regret it. So thankfully I had like, you know, I think 1 potion. I can't remember if I brought in super potions against like the crab boss. What the hell? I'm back up here. That's a nice little shortcut, I guess. But it's kind of frustrating that all that was just for a shortcut. I was hoping there was gonna be like progression. I mean, I guess it like could help have its uses. That because I ain't seen no warp zones here yet. That would be a quick way, because when you think about like this junction right here, that would be like a quick way to get back down here, just right to the center of the level. Cotton thread. Alright, I see like, you know, I think, let me see how this looks. Before we go any further in, I'm going to go back to the right. Go like as much as possible. I think if I can like cut these guys into sushi like in one shot. So like every time lately I've been like fighting like some kind of octopus enemy in the game or whatever, seen an octopus top stomach. I think it was like the same with Scale the Depths. I end up like wanting sushi. I don't know. Maybe when I want to go to the grocery store tomorrow, because since I gotta go to the gym tomorrow. Because even though I went today, even though like it's supposed to normally be my day off, I'm gonna make sure I stay on my schedule, like going to the gym like clockwork for Thursday. I know it's probably not gonna, it definitely won't be like anywhere near like, you know, restaurant tier, but my grocery store does have like, you know, oh, okay, he looks pretty cool. It does have like, they do actually have like calamari. I mean, it's not like, you know, restaurant quality, of course. It's like it's a you know, brand name box, like, you know. But I don't care. I'll definitely like, you know, nom on that. So I'll probably pick me up some calamari tomorrow, because I've had calamari before and I loved it. I mean, to me, it just kind of like has like it tastes like a lot like chicken to me. Like literally, the whole tastes like chicken thing. It literally does to me. But I think like the main place where I had it was Olive Garden. Yeah, I think like, you know, the way I've eaten it or whatever is like I think like they say like a really good way, like it's good like with lemon. Whereas that's kind of I guess like with like a lot of fish or seafood. So I'll probably like get that, maybe get like a lemon, you know, some lemon like the squeeze on it. Again, I know I'm not, because I've never actually had like, you know, the store brought like, you know, box like calamari. Because they had like that, and they also have like, you know, clam strips. I think it is like calamari rings though. I mean, I'm saying this, I actually did have fish for lunch earlier, because I did have like, you know, some tuna. Because usually like one of my go-to foods, like, you know, when I get out of the gym, just because like, you know, it's plenty of protein, lower calories, it's just like, you know, packs of tuna. So I'll just whip like pretty much just 2 of those is about 40 grams of like 2 packs of that is like 40 grams of protein or so, or well, close to 40, not quite 40, but it's like 17 grams per pouch, and like, you know, it like about like 140 calories give or take, so like 70 calories a pouch. So yeah, so 140 calories at like, you know, for like 42 like close to 40 grams of protein or whatever. It's like, it's really good macros. Why don't I get feeling where I had to deal with the boss? How much this area we got so far? 65. Yeah, we still got a ways to go. But at least like this area spot's been like much more easier to navigate compared to the prison island. I guess just because I can control, like, you know, have like a lot more control on where I'm going and everything. It's just like loops back around. Ow. Okay, what's this glyph right here? The chamber increases constitution and physical resistance. Fortis Fio. Speaking of like of sprite-based games, though, once I do get like some of the other stuff out of the way, I'm, you know, doing currently rogues, because I have like some more one-off stuff I gotta do, and I do need to finish up Scale the Depths as well as Meltopia. Trying to figure out what I want to play next. I know I was talking about Cuphead, like, you know, kind of like, you know, dividing time between like, you know, Cyberpunk and Cuphead. But I really do want to, like, you know, get back on what one of my other goals, which is to play back through like the original Blasphemous, because I really want to like do like a playthrough of the first game, or maybe the second game, because I've got both. And for those who haven't played Blasphemous, like, definitely, like, you know, it's one of my, you know, it was like one of the most fun games I played. Like, it was like, pretty much like, you know, 2D Dark Souls, but with me, like, because I beat like I've beaten Blasphemous. I beat the first one. I never beat the DLC for, and with me being Bloodborne, I wonder if it's actually gonna be like even easier now, because Blasphemous was nowhere near as hard as Bloodborne, but it was like such a fun, like, you know, little game. I remember like when I first, like, you know, heard about it, I was like waiting like a few years for the devs to release it. They even have like a board game for it and everything. I mean, you can even like use. I want to say I think you know like the there's like one of the items in Dead Cells. It's pretty much like I think it was like the flash, you can like you know smash against your head or something like that. I can't remember like exactly what it did. It actually is from Blasphemous, so they did like you know. I can't remember if you because I can't remember if you actually can like you know get like cosmetics to dress it like the like Pentiment one, but it's very lore heavy, like a lot of like you know I think you know Spanish you know religious tones to it and everything. But I love the first game. Want to play the second one? You know, definitely do go back through the second, like go through the second one because I've got both. I think I want to say I remember. I think it had Metroidvania aspects. Well, it's mainly just like kind of like you know, it's like definitely had like a lot of Soulsborne inspiration. Like the games were like the first game was difficult, but very manageable. And it's just like the art style was absolutely gorgeous. Like I would love. I mean, personally, I would actually love to see them doing like a Blasphemous animated series. But yeah, the game was absolutely beautiful. I mean, because I'm a sucker for like sprite-based stuff. But it definitely kind of made me think of Castlevania in a way. But like the bosses were like, some were like, I mean, they were well designed and some of them were absolutely grotesque. And just kind of like, you know, yeah, I mean, I'm definitely going to get on it. I mean, I don't know if like Bloodborne like unlocked like some kind of like, you know, some kind of like itch I've been trying to scratch for like, you know, more challenging games. Because that's the thing, because I'm talking about I want to get back into Cuphead, you know, because I've beaten Cuphead before. I just never done the delicious last course, so that's definitely something that's on the pipeline. Gotta be a way to get up there. Okay, I see how now. I mean, I want to like play back through Cuphead, just like do the delicious last course and get that finished. But Blasphemous is definitely on the pipeline too. I'm just like trying to like figure, because there's that. You know, I definitely want to play through the Dark Side series before we get the fourth game. That's the other iron ore that was needed. I'm just trying to like figure out how I'm gonna go about like which one of those to play, because I do still need to finally get back around to get around to like doing the Final Fantasy VII remake. But those are like the main things on the pipeline, like the Darksiders series, you know, and Blasphemous 1 and 2, Cuphead, and you know Final Fantasy remake. The thing is, there's just like so many games that are like you know, gonna be coming out soon or whatever. So I was like you know trying to balance time between like some of the releases that are gonna be coming out that I'm really like excited about, but also trying to figure out which ones I'm gonna wait on. Because when Marvel's Wolverine comes out, I'm definitely gonna be all over that, no doubt. So I've been like waiting for so long for it and everything. It's just surreal that we're finally about to get the damn game after all this waiting and everything. But because realistically, Cuphead, if I could beat it the same way I did before, because when I played it back on Mixer, I was able to like you know beat it like you know within like you know 4 streams, because I like took down like one island each stream. So but again, like adding on the delicious last course, which is like the more challenging aspects of it. Okay, yeah, I dealt with these guys in Portrait of Ruin. Yeah, Fornius. They were like in that one area where yeah, I remember fighting them. They were in Portrait of Ruin. Can't remember if they had the same name, but yeah, there's like definitely like a lot you know on the pipeline, Rogues. Like I said, I wanted like eventually get back around doing my charity streams, hoping to pick back up on that this fall. We're doing more for To Write Love on Our Arms. I don't know. I eventually want to get back into Extra Life as well. I want to like get back on like doing my charity stuff, VR. Me and Dave are still like trying, like hopefully at some point we'll have like a proper like you know game plan for getting back on D&D. It's mainly just like I kind of been like waiting on him like for when he's ready and everything, and when he can get stuff set up, because D&D would be nice to bring that back. But yeah, charity stuff, VR, D&D, and I'm hoping to get back and doing a card unboxing at some point soon, at some point as well. It's just like getting Pokemon cards is just so crazy right now. Like probably different if I had like you know like access like you know more options around me. But I think as I said on a previous stream, I do have like something I'm looking into that may be a way for me to get cards, but we'll see. But as always, like it's just definitely like a time will tell thing on exactly what's coming next. But mainly like as far as like you know the next game, like games that haven't released yet that I'm excited about, you know, obviously of course Phantom Blade Zero, that's like you know one I'm really you know can't wait to play. Yeah, Marvel's Wolverine. recently all the games that like are coming out that I'm excited about, but those are two of the main ones. And of course, like Marvel Tokon, especially with like the recent announcements for new characters, we're finally getting like, you know, Magneto, Carnage, and like Green Goblin. And what, you know, Goblin and Carnage. Oh yeah, I saw some bits on that one. I didn't really see too much. I think like some people were talking about like, you know, I like one review thing, like someone who was basically was talking about like doing a recap of the show, was saying it made them think of Dino Crisis, which, you know, you guys like, those who saw me play like the demo for Claude, y'all saw like how much I was saying that was like what I'd love to see like a modern day Dino Crisis be. But definitely need to look more into like that one that was announced. I know that like we're pretty much, you know, like there's like a lot of announcements that are gonna be coming as far as games are concerned, but okay, that's creepy and annoying. Yeah. Back off. Yeah, I'm hoping I don't see too many of more of those. Yeah, as he would be. I don't know if there was like another show today or whatever. I think it was like supposed to be like throughout this week. I can't remember. I sometimes like forget to keep track entirely of everything with like with award shows. I haven't actually even been tuning in because like I just haven't really had the time. So I've just been kind of like just looking at the recaps, like seeing like what all was announced. I like how I do is just down here mind his own business. I just can't really just like you just beat the crap out of him. But I'm wondering if he's gonna have like a powerful soul to him or whatever, because he looked like that's the only one of those I've seen. And a lot of times, like, you know, the enemies in the game and these games that you don't see too often have like pretty, you know, powerful something you can get from them, like a glyph or whatever. My God. Oh, what did I do to deserve to be saved by such a beautiful angel? Oh, you're too flattering. I'm Monica. I'm a seamstress in the village. Please let me repay you. If you're in the village, come see me. Oh, she's such a sweetheart. Compared to like the one dude is like, you know, come see me if you dare. I can't believe I got saved by such a witch and all that. It's like, dude, have some compassion. I could just left you there, you know. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna do like what I always do, like whenever it's like award show, or not award show, but like, you know, game show, like, you know, game showcase season or whatever. I just like pretty much just like will make a list of which ones I'm interested in. Okay, that was on me. And of course, it can climb up here after me. Son of a bitch. Okay, let's hope. Uh-oh. Did I smack? Oops. I popped him too. See, that time he actually tried to start the fight with me. You know, I see it. Something sus here. I knew it. Those rings are definitely sus. Up there, though, I can see, like, there's definitely something going on up there. Attack goes down, but it puts my intelligence up. I'll hold on to it. I wonder if this might be a thing where I can end up flooding this area or something. I don't know. You figure, because there's water up here, and I caved that in. I'm not sure, like, how the architecture here works. Let me go up and see what's going on. Yeah, like I said, there's like, you know, a lot of like, you know, games I'm really excited about that are coming out. But Marvel's Wolverine is definitely like well up there. I mean, both games that are coming out, like the main games I'm excited about are like Marvel games, Marvel Tokon and, you know, Wolverine. But as much as I love fighting games, I still want to say like probably Marvel's Wolverine is like the one out of two I'm the most excited for. Even though, like, you know, with Tokon, you know, I love, like, Arc System Works games. Got to play my fair share of Blaze Blue and all that. And Dragon Ball Fighters, of course. Maybe I'm not supposed to be able to break that. See, I'm concerned because usually when I see these dorks, it means there's another explosive puzzle. And that dude right there makes me think of like this one particular enemy and like the IDW Ninja Turtle stuff. I can't remember its name because it's like it's pretty much there's like this shark creature, which I'm having feeling like if Amber like reads more of the IDW stuff, because I like one of the times when I went and visited her in Rocket Nachos, I did take like, you know, the first issue for the TMNT IDW stuff for her to read. And I have a feeling when she sees this character or whatever, she's probably gonna say like, you know, Chompy Baby. I just can't remember his name. It's not Armagon. Because when I first saw him, I was like, wait, is that Armagon? Yeah, Bludgeon. I have a feeling between the two, she probably like definitely because Amber said she hasn't really like seen too much on TMNT and everything. So I definitely need to get like a copy of Mutants in Manhattan. That's one thing I definitely need to probably do soon because I would like to play through that on stream as well. But yeah, but this is Bludgeon. So that thing I just fought makes me think a lot of Bludgeon. He's like he's a hammerhead. So yeah, I think like Bludgeon was basically him, and like in the other one, I can't remember, like there's this bird that he's teamed up with usually. I can't remember like the bird's name, but it's this bird mutant. I guess it's kind of like, you know, it's sort of like they're like another an answer to Bebop and Rocksteady. Because they have, like I said, because Bop and Rock or whatever are in the IDW stuff, of course, and it's like, you know, probably like my favorite rendition of them, just how much, you know, they're menaces, like compared, like they're still bumbling idiots and everything, but they're actually like a valid threat to the Turtles, and that's one reason why, like when I've been playing Splintered Fate, when you guys have seen me fight Bop and Rock, I kind of like, you know, definitely enjoyed it just because it really fits like the comics so much with them being that level of threat. Usually I think it's like it's taking all four of the Turtles just to actually really stand against them. But I can't remember, like, you know, the bird's name. That you know, is kind of like teamed up with Bludgeon, but they're not. I guess they're actually more competent than Bebop and Rocksteady. Because, you know, Bebop and Rocksteady are like, you know, kind of like probably like the most dangerous form of the idiot, which is an idiot with muscles, I guess you can say. But yeah, I have a feeling because since like Amber has never actually really seen him or whatever, probably I'm like I said, I showed Bludgeon right there, but I'm having a feeling like she probably like would definitely be like a lot more towards Armagon. He's been like a much longer, like a much, you know, more time tested, like, you know, adversary to the Turtles. He's also been like one of my favorite characters, but yeah, I had a feeling she actually read stuff about Armagon or whatever. Probably like, you know, we favor him more than Bludgeon. That's one of the things I've actually been surprised about with Splinter Fate. I haven't seen Bludgeon or like, you know, the bird mutant show up. I feel bad because I keep forgetting his name, but it's just mainly because like, you know, obviously Bop and Rock have, you know, been like, you know, much more iconic. I still need to finish up like, you know, my the most recent issue of like the IDW stuff I picked up. Like I'm hoping to eventually be able to have all like the Turtles IDW comics. There's another series that I can't remember like the author who did it. The writer did it, but it was like there's like a soft reboot that he did some time ago that pretty much I can't remember like where it takes place in like I think it takes place in the main timeline of the IDW stuff, but the main IDW series. But I had like, you know, read through like a lot more because there's a particular part where it starts or whatever. I think it actually does like it picks up after the IDW series ends, after what's called the Armageddon game. I think that might be the end of it. I can't remember if it ends at Armageddon game or what. But they have like a soft reboot they did that I want to check out, but I gotta get the rest of the books first. I can't remember how many volumes there are. We're gonna get back to the game in a second, Rogues, I promise. Because the most recent IDW volume I got, like let me see how many are there. Because I definitely got like a lot I need to pick up, you know, still. I don't even know like what my placement in the series is. I think there's 18. Yeah, the final volume. So there's 18 volumes total. And as it stands currently, I got volume 8. So there's 10 more volumes I still need to get. So maybe I'll go and pick up another one this month. I would like to have all of them and then like, you know, do like the check out the reboot series. But yeah, I just like was surprised in Splinter Fate that, you know, I didn't see Bludgeon and the bird mutant. It's gonna keep bugging me like trying to remember his name. So I think if I'm correct, like the way they kind of did is like, you know, where I am in the book right now, I want to say I think the Bebop and Rocksteady, like, you know, no longer working with the Foot. Like, without spoilers, they're not working with the Foot Clan anymore. And I think like, you know, Bludgeon and the... Okay, I gotta look up the other one's name. Koya. That's right. I knew it started with a K. Yeah, Koya. Yeah, yeah, so you see, like I said, you know, it's pretty much like, you know, you got like the duo here, but I think that they're more competent. Yeah, but this is Koya. But yeah, I definitely do need to continue the series. I mean, for all I know, like Bludgeon and Koya may be in Splintered Fate, but I haven't seen them so far, and I've gotten to Shredder, like I've already done the loop, so hopefully they maybe do a DLC where they put them in, because they've definitely been like kind of intriguing antags so far from what I've seen of them. But it's like, I think that they're much more dedicated to the Foot Clan. I can't remember exactly why Bebop and Rocksteady left or whatever. I want to say that thing is because the Foot Clan had got like abolished or like destroyed, considering like, you know, current events in the book I won't go into, like where I'm at right now. But yeah, I need to like sit down and actually finish like that volume I showed you, the, you know, volume 8. Because I started on it like some time ago, but there's like several other books like I've been trying to get through. Like, you know, I'm on book 2 of like Dungeon Crawler Carl right now, trying to get through that. I've got like, you know, the recent Godzilla comics I picked up while I was on vacation for you know, Godzilla MMP and Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Part 2, and also the entirety of Rulers of Earth. So yeah, there's definitely like a lot that I'm needing to get off, like, you know, get through my comic backlog. But maybe like, you know, sometime soon, once, because hopefully I'll have like a little bit of like downtime like between streaming sometime soon to actually kind of sit down and actually do some reading. Wait, I can't go back down. That's weird. Oh, right here. You know, as long, look, okay, I can handle this as long as like the Medusa heads don't show up too quickly. You know, I'm having a feeling. I wonder if like they're weak to let me test this. Gotcha. Well, I don't know. Okay, so I stand corrected. Maybe like red means, like, I think I did like more damage to him with that. It's showing like it's red for the hammer. I'm trying to figure out if like red means like, you know, they take more damage to it or they're resistant to it. Because they damn sure, like, you know, whoa! I kind of like the design of that horse, but it needs to, like, you know, slow its roll. I'm gonna, like, you know, keep, like, you know, just kind of test the waters here. I say that and I just got out some water. Wait for it to come back. I guess it can't hurt me up here. I can't hurt it either. Okay, that was just cheap as hell. Yeah, that's it. Nightmare. Get it? Because mayor. Hardy har har. Yeah, this thing's gonna be a pain in the ass. Say that as I just, like, you know, caught him right in his ass. Alright, coffee? Darn, it didn't actually heal me. Which, I mean, I die here, it's not like it's gonna send me back to... But I just hate enemies like this, you know, the ones that... Hammer. Okay, I just want to at least test it. Sorry, so yeah. Let me go back out here and heal. So it's weak to it feels like several enemies here might be just weak to bludgeoning. It's funny, I was talking about bludgeon from TMNT, and now I'm actually about to use them to bludgeon everything. So let me get the gun and get Mace here. Look, if I die by a pigeon, I deserve it. Yeah, but I know I definitely do need to go and try to like get the rest of the TMNT IDW stuff before like they get much harder to find though, because I think like the Transformers stuff is an absolute bitch to find these days. So I probably like definitely need to start like putting a focus on trying to like get as many of the volumes as I can as soon as possible, because I mean I've got like 10 more to go, so it really shouldn't be too much too complex for me to actually get them. And I think a lot of it may also just be like the older volumes may be like a little more harder to find. I've gotten like several of those. It was just I don't exactly know like when there's gonna be like when it's one of those things where like I'm actually gonna look up like volume 1, see like if volume 1 is like it's got more scarce. So I look up Transformers IDW right here. Well, that's surprising. Hold on a second. Am I missing something here? Wait, hold up. Because when did that happen? Because, I'm seeing volume 3 for the Transformers IDW collection for $38. And I thought, like, these, you couldn't find these anymore. Unless it's just the first volume. Okay, yeah, the first volume is still... Alright, volume 1 and 2. Yeah, the other ones are a little more easier to find and everything, but it's volume 1 and 2, I think they were the issue. So yeah, volume 1 or whatever, I mean, yeah, so that's the thing, like, TMNT, like, IDW Collection Volume 1 is, like, $32.99 right here. So, you can, that's still, that was, like, back in 2021 when I picked that up. So, that's still available. A lot of them are still, like, widely available. But, it's just, obviously, you never know when it could come down to, they might, like, get harder to find. I mean, maybe I'm just, like, being paranoid about it, because, like, after what happened, like, with, the whole thing with Transformers Volume 1, but... I know I've seen that one, like, online, like, for... pretty penny. Oh, these things again. Well, that explains that. I just got like smack him with a hammer. You don't like that. Okay, so Spire's much more easy to manage. I wasn't using the right weapon for him before. I'm curious. Let me check the map real quick. Alright, Lighthouse is 100%. Prison Island 85. Callous Channel, so we're almost done exploring that. I see where I messed up. Yeah. Just one spot on Caldus Channel over at the right I didn't explore. Good news is, I should be able to easily get back to that. Yeah, I can just go to that, like, yeah, that one room right, yeah. So it'll be easy to get back to that spot. Because they got, like, an area where I can kind of, like, start off. And done anything with this in a while. That's, whoa! But yeah, hopefully, maybe sometime this month, I'll be able to go and, like, knock, like, another volume off the list. I was thinking about, like, I was thinking about adding something to my throne wish list. Just tell people, like, look, if anyone wants to help me get, because obviously they are, like, a little bit, expensive or whatever. But really, when you think about it, I feel like the prices for, like, some of the paperbacks are actually really, good, considering, like, the amount of content in them. Yeah, I might, like, just throw some of them on there and tell people, like, hey, if you guys, like, want to grab me one of these, I deeply appreciate it. But, obviously not going to be twisting anyone's arm into it. I'll just put them up there just for the hell of it. Because the thing is, it's just the IDW series has been so good. And, you kind of, like, if you look around, you see, like, there's, like, so much, a lot of stuff, like, as far as, like, TMNT, merch and, like, different, like, mediums, like, because Splinter Fate is based around the IDW stuff. And I even want to say, I think that possibly the, like what I've seen of like Empire City, looks like it might be focused somewhat on IDW, the design of the turtles. Because they definitely like have like a lot of callbacks to like, you know, some of the other stuff. Like, there's this one character that the turtles like, you know, have, that goes all the way back to Mirage. I appreciate you, Amber. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna be back on this. I'm just gonna probably explore this area and be done with it. And guys, I'm gonna build this shelf and everything and fix everything for the ad break stuff. But yeah, there's this one character that the turtles like, you know, have some adventures with in the IDW run, like called Renee or Renette. I can't remember if it's Renette or Renee, but she actually is a character that they met all the way back during the Mirage run. She's a pretty interesting character. She's been like in several different like you know, storylines or different, you know, variations of like the turtles. Like, I don't know if she appeared in the I need to watch the Nickelodeon stuff, like the 2012 run. But I don't know if she appeared on that, but she's been a like recurring character like throughout the turtles history. But yeah, Laura. Where am I? You're awake. Last thing I remember was a man walking in. Is that a dream? No, that was an ass. No, that was, I don't want to know. Whatever's past is past, right? Time to go home. I got work to do. What sort of work? I craft jewelry. Name's Laura. Yeah, I'm probably just gonna like, you know, finish this area up because we've covered some ground tonight and everything. I wasn't really like planning on going on this for a really long stream. I just want to go and get the next episode out. And it feels like at least at the moment the game's got more manageable. I probably just had to get to that opening difficulty spike, but let's be real, they're probably gonna throw something else at me. I've heard like this game is notorious for being like one of the harder ones in the series, and I've seen that so far. But yeah, between like, you know, Marvel's Wolverine, Tokon, Phantom Blade Zero, and also, because like several of the games like, you know, that were on my wish list for this year, like Reanimal and Mouse PI for Hire and everything. There's been like multiple games that came out this year that definitely, you know, scratched the itch. Or not really scratch the itch, but where everything I pretty much wanted them to be. And I'm just waiting for like some of the, yeah, of course, like Resident Evil Requiem. Resident Evil Requiem definitely was like, was one that was like high on my wish list and was absolutely amazing. And like the Mouse PI for Hire was everything I wanted it to be, even though it was like a little bit buggy at times. Reanimal was absolutely amazing. So yeah, there's like, you know, just about every game that was on my, you know, most wanted list this year, like, you know, was exactly what I wanted it to be and more. So now I'm just hoping that like Marvel's Wolverine, like, you know, is worth the wait, which I'm sure it will be. Because so far Insomniac like hasn't really, you know, let us down like with any of the Spider-Man games. So I'm pretty sure like, you know, the Wolverine game is gonna like, you know, be great. Marvel Tokon, like I said, Phantom Blade Zero. But yeah. There's like multiple games that I'm definitely excited about. But between all of that and like I said, the fact that we're getting finally getting like a new Castlevania game for the first time, who knows how long, like an actual canon game, like to the main timeline. Because I, you know, not like this in the Lords of Shadows, like I did love the first one, never actually played the second one. Get back out here before he hits me. I never played like Lords of Shadow 2. Like, definitely not dissing Lords of Shadow, but I'm definitely like, you know, more towards like the main timeline stuff. Like, I kind of like wish that Gabriel would have been like in the main timeline just because he was like, you know, he was a pretty interesting character. But yeah, I'm just really excited that we're finally getting an actual proper new Castlevania. And I'm hoping it does like open the door for us to get like you know, Battle for 99 game. All right, fight as Theo. Temporarily increases mind and magic resistance. Speaking of magic, all right, back down here. See if I got anything I can kind of like use the. Okay, so definitely gonna probably send knights over here. I'm hoping we get a double jump at some point soon. That was odd. Why would they let you come up here unless there's... See, there's like a random thing right here. It looks like there might be something there, but it's kind of weird that they let you like go up that way and there's nothing really there. There might be something I'm missing. Before we continue, though, let me... Because there's like a little spot here to the right that I haven't gone to. We're gonna go do that real quick. But I might not be able to. Yeah, alright, I'm not gonna like fall for it because if I go back through there, it's gonna, you know, bring everything else back out here. And that was like that spot where I definitely probably need a double jump. So, we'll come back. Is that the entirety of it? I'm surprised there was no bosses, but it might have been like, you know, in the, Alright, so that ended up like a lot quicker than I thought, so we're gonna go to Misty Forest Road now. We'll do this last area. Okay, these guys are gonna suck. Whoa! Back up, Mr. Hyde. Gravedigger. Oh! No, you don't. He's probably about to kill me, but... Yeah, I'm not gonna let you do that. I'll be right back. Sorry, buddy, but that ain't happening. Probably be a good spot, like, good time, 'cause I got, like, money on me. Let's go ahead and see, like, if any of these NPCs, like, got anything for me now. I did, like, you know, rescue a few, so see if... I do have the ore for him. Alright, I'll make a couple new pieces and put them up on sale at Jacob's store. No, you don't get them for free. I put my heart and soul into this. Of course. But I also pay my supplier, so here.
Some good steel.
Okay, and he's making so he basically did that. So technically, I in a way did get it for free because he gave me money to be able to buy it with. Listen, there isn't much I can do. Thank you, but please let me make you a dress. Would that be good enough? Thank you, but I do not need a dress. Oh well, you're right. My dresses wouldn't be. You misunderstand. Dresses don't suit me. Well, hang on. I bet I can make a dress you'd look good in. Let's see, cotton. That's what we need. So yeah, she's the one I need the cotton for. When I'm out of cotton thread, I'm always doing this. I need at least 5 to make a dress. Maybe you shouldn't have even bothered saving me. I had enough. You bought me cotton thread? You went out of your way just for me? I'll make you a dress in a flash. Well, I mean, I mainly just didn't really go out of my way for it. I was just picking it up because, like, you know, it was everything and wasn't nailed down. And done. A cotton dress. Please accept it. It would be cool if it actually does, like, it actually works better, which I think it will probably because I think I might have been wearing, like, you know, I don't even know, like, when you know, as far as my current gear, whatever, I don't know, you know, how long I've been wearing it. Maybe I should make more and sell them at the general store. Not you need to bother, but if you'd like another, you could buy one. Look, I don't care, like, how much of a sweetheart she was. Like, look, if, you know, she wants to make me clothes, I'm gonna let her make me clothes. Yeah. Talking about she don't need no dress. Bullshit. You better put that dress on. Okay. Alright, never mind. I see like that right there. That was weird. Alright. That Gravedigger dude was definitely hit like a tank, though. I want to watch him when I come back. But I might win there a little bit weakened anyway. That bear hug. Yeah, I don't want to be on the business end of that. I just got to figure out how to hurt him. Or how, like, what he's weak against. Alright, you make jewelry. You know, you dress like you're in mourning. Waits for fire. Finally, shit. I like how I just got a new dress. You know, like I'm in mourning. But supposedly this was a white dress. Enough of that, thank you. Well, sorry, I'm out of line, but hear me out here. A little accessorizing would go a long way, don't you think? Accessorizing? Yeah, you know, bring me over a lapis lazuli. I'll show you what I mean.
May the light go with you.
Well, make this lapis lazuli go with you. Good stone you found here. Let me work on it, and I'll send it to the general store. Give it a try later on. Bet you'll like what you see.
May the light go with you.
Yeah, may the force be with you or whatever. I don't care. Take care of that cat. You know, because I found it. Hang on, you need it.
Yo, there you are.
Well, I forgot I had rue. Here we have it. Chamomile and rue. Thanks again for now. So now I can make your antidotes and send them to the store for you. You've earned precisely 8 points of trust. Who's counting? If you know anything about trust, you know that's being dangerous. That's being generous.
Thanks a bunch.
Who the hell told you can make the rules? Alright, so where's the, it should be, like, right in here. Alright, so we got, like, plenty of stuff we can buy now. Oh, you get the special discount.
Hey, want to buy something?
Alright, so yeah, we got, like, anti-venom now. Uncursed potions and meat. Alright, I can get a better dress. That sequin dress. Yeah, I'm totally gonna, like, you know, pick that up. Alright, it takes down my mind a little bit with, like, I don't think I'm gonna bother with the iron leggings. Sold. Alright.
Come back again.
There's some more coming soon, so keep on checking back. Alright. So that works. That means we'll have, like, you know, obviously, of course, how luck works in Castlevania. I'm guessing it's gonna be like we'll have, like, a better chance of getting, like, glyphs and everything. I just need, like, don't have anything else, like, as far as, like, headwear is concerned, but I guess I got, like, a better dress. I'm gonna save again and go back over here and take the fight back to this dork. Honestly, I'm gonna, like, you know, try out my scythe again. See if that will, let me do more damage to him. It seems like the hammer is good for armor and, like, mostly armored enemies. Of course, gonna say, like, I always, like, you know, just shoot him from a distance with, like, you know, like, with my bow. But we're gonna go back to the sickle since it's been, like, one of my favorites so far. Okay, let's go try this again. And this will definitely be the last area I explore. Alright, yep. They're weak to slashing. Now this got... Problem is that one thing right there, I killed it by accident while I was trying to take him down. So now I can see his weakness. Okay. I'll take all these down first, and then fight him. He's weak to slashing. Okay. Of course, they put, like, these specters here. And I was talking about how they were rare, like, to find before. Ow. Be nice. Thankfully, the specters don't take, like, a lot to kill them, but the thing is, there's resistance both, like, you know, hammer and it's just magic you gotta use on them. So probably, like, if I had, like, a weapon that actually, like, had, like, you know, an attunement to either, like, you know, dark, like, to holy, wouldn't be a problem. Oh. Black foamer? Like, so he's, like, not resistant or, weak to, like, weapons, but it looked at me like he had, like, you had to use magic on him. So I might need, like, you know, start, like, trying to switch things out, like, have, like, you know... Ow. He's about to kill me. Oh, no. Got him. Yeah, I'm barely holding on right here. This area is straightforward. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna die before I get too much further in. Okay, maybe we can, if I'm lucky, we can find a save spot. Powerful hammer. Alright, Volmacer. Okay. Ah, shit. I got really lucky right there. Please be like something that's gonna... Silk thread. That's not what I need right now. I need a save spot. Please be a save spot. Damn it. Unfortunately, everything here just respawned. I'm about to die. You're not gonna get so lucky next time I come in, punk. I figured that was gonna happen. Hang on, why does it keep on, like, trying to load up this one save? I don't know why it keeps doing that. he's loading up the wrong save. So I can figure out how to maybe streamline that too. All right. Now I got like a game plan. And I know how these guys work. Yeah, this is bullshit. Yeah, but it's, the problem there is because, like, I was trying to, like, use, like, an actual spell. Since, like, apparently, for whatever reason, I can't, like, it loads me in, like, with the... With, you know, for whatever reason, it keeps on, like, putting me back on, like, that one save thing with, like... I don't know what's going on, but, like, when I try, like, you know, load from, like, the in-game, or load for the menu or whatever, it, like, tries to, like, load, like, where I was, like, level 8. So I have to, like, you know, load manually or whatever. Or, like, you know, do, like, this one load from the other thing instead of, like, doing it the statue. You know, loading the normal way. So definitely got like a little more of a difficulty spike here, but now I'm determined to kind of get past this. So I'm just gonna like stick to what I know normally. Because the Gravedigger's the main threat here. But the problem is like the other things like are like, you know, hovering around and like making it hard to fight him. So do what I did before, isolate these two, take them out before I aggro him. Okay. And then bad. Alright, punk, let's see what you do now when you ain't got your friend here with you. Yeah, that's the only thing, like, they... Because he's resistant to both hammer and light or whatever, so... Unfortunately, you know, it's... I used to use, like... Because I had to, like, do the sickle like that to be able to take down the Gravedigger quickly. Unless I did, like, you know, just use that one, like, one attack where I make the hammer, like, the thing bigger. But, But yeah, it's just like the enemy layouts here, like, you know, where they have, like, you know, different mix-ups for what they're weak or strong against. Anyway, this guy right here is easy, man. Just gotta, like, smack him as soon as he shows up. Alright, yeah. So he's weak to holy, and apparently, I don't know what that one rock thing right there is, but he's weak to holy. I just gotta, like, make sure I just kind of, like, you know, just take it easy right here, just... Okay. I'm going with more health this time, so I'm not rushing it.
Now go on.
Yeah, wasn't that what... Or she's winning, of course, like, yeah, werebat. Like, you know, weak to slashing. Sage. Okay, that worked out really well. Oh, what the fudge? Oh shit, this is bad. It's not like I get further in and something. Hang on. Did I get him? Okay. He's weak to slashing, thankfully, and Kidu. I'm concerned about the fact that his body stuck around, so I'm gonna like try to like get on out of here. I definitely don't want to fight too many more of those. Please let me find a save in here. I don't know what that is. It's probably gonna be something I need to unlock. I'm just trying to stay alive long enough to, like, you know, just get to my next save spot.
Let's play, cute little kitty.
How about we just don't? This is a problem, though. Okay.
Let's play, cute little
I'm trying to pick my
kitty.
battles.
Let's play, cute little kitty.
Alright, just trying to, like, get through this. Please, for the love of God, tell me there's a save spot coming up. Okay, that was it. Okay, at least we got through it. I haven't fought any bosses in a while, surprisingly enough. That's the weird thing. I haven't been fighting any bosses. I mean, I'm trying to fight a boss during this stream, and I keep saying I'm not like last area, but I was lucky to get through that, Rogues. I got really lucky right there. Really lucky. Okay. It's just like I said, there was like so many variations on enemies that had like different strengths and weaknesses and everything, and
Ooh,
I wanted to repay you, but I ended up sending you on some silly errand instead. How rude of me. This time, please let me repay you properly. With the silk thread. Oh no. Silkworms all died while I was gone. No more thread. Well, good thing I got some. I need at least 5. Make a silk dress. Only thing I got 1. So I don't have enough just yet. Alright, I'm at least seeing like what other items they need. I've now required sage and mandragora root. I got the sage. With those, you won't have to recover your health in tiny increments. Be a better potion. You get them right. Oh, you'll get them. I know you. I know you're kind. Relentless and infallible. Hurrah. I don't know if I was supposed to be a compliment or what that was, but thanks, I guess?
Hi.
You don't smile much. You should. Men be lined up at your door. I do not smile. Don't smile? That's odd. What can we do about that? God, I need a ruby, a sapphire, and an emerald. Wait till you, see what I make you. You know, without even smile without you knowing it.
May the light.
Which ones do I have? I know I got some of them. I got a sapphire and an emerald. I just need a ruby. Mainly, I need more than to just, like, stay alive. Because, I mean, that level almost kicked my ass. But I definitely gotta go back to it. There's, like, things to explore there, but I need, like, you know, definitely need a double jump. Okay. I'm gonna try, like, going explore the skeleton cave roads. These other areas have been, like, just... At least just see if I can find a boss. Skeleton Frisky. Okay, these guys are gonna be a pain. I can already tell. So it takes like a little more to use Volmacer, but we'll try it. Alright, that's the ticket. These guys, they do not like getting hit. Oh, yeah, that's the ticket here. Alright, hopefully we're gonna get the double jump here. Yeah, so Volmacer is like definitely what we need for this one. And when we have like getting a few magic upgrades, it's definitely, you know, that like that bit more it takes like to use it or whatever to maintain it. It's pretty negligible. Ow. See, this is like, you know, it's much more manageable when like you have like all enemies that are all like, you know, for the most part weak to the same, you know, thing. Cashmere thread. But that last level, yeah, I mean, there was like so many things. Like some were weak only to magic, some like were weak, were resistant both slashing and resistant both slashing and hammers. And it had like all like in the same area, so it made it harder to kind of like maintain all of it. It's probably the reason why I should have had like 2 different loadouts for it. So I could switch between them, but still, it really helped when I was like having to fight something that was weak to one thing, but strong to something else. Alright, here we go. Alright. Well, Confidere. However you say it. Alright, do I want to go down this way? Because I'm going to have to fight back through. Whatever. I'll explore all this eventually anyway. Soak the red. Okay, she needed more of that anyway. Whoa! Chompy baby. Wait. It's like Gurgoth to an extent. Or he functions similar. Alright. That's the thing. Everything here is like bones or whatever. And that, you know, they're weak to being crushed. So. Did it? I would have been using the hammer before. Should have done that like previously and it would have helped me out with that one like dragon I was fighting. Okay, see. Knock it off. It's frustrating because it seemed like it was like very, very sporadic on letting me get hit by its neck or not. Okay, I gotta find a save room. Oh shit! Okay, now that was beyond cheap. That was bullshit. Oh wait, never mind. Oh, okay, never mind. So it does have my save slot down there. That was weird. Yeah, I'm not taking that. I'm going right back in there. Now I'm definitely determined to like beat this stage. Watch me. Yeah, I'm not taking that. I'm going right back in. Now I know how to handle you dorks. Of course, I got like, I think like I got like the I like how she said like I had like men like lining up and everything. I'm getting that anyway. Okay, I got a little greedy there. Alright, still didn't get like the rapier upgrade. Okay, maybe I should like, you know... Damn it. I'm trying to like hit them before they hit me, but... This thing, I was like hitting them before like, you know, they attacked me before and everything. I'm having a hard time doing it. Okay, let me go this way first. Oh. I'm dead. Yeah, it's because that jerk right there was like, all right, I'm coming after you first this time, buddy. The only reason I died right there for the most part was because that jackass was right there throwing spells at me. Yeah, I'm going right back in there. Physical resistance would be nice, but... It's real easy when, like, y'all can gang up on someone. Okay, at least I got, like, you know, this early this time. Got two of them, actually. See, now they want to give me like all these like left and right here before they want to give me one. I got an idea though. See, it's just the fact that you're right there where these guys can easily hit you and everything. That's what's like doing like a lot of damage to me, trying to get around them. Yeah, I love how I found like a spot right here where I actually might be able to just cheese them. That was completely accidental. Totally accidental right there. Holy shit. All right, buddy. Me and you. Let's see how tough you are when you got your friends here to back you up. Okay, now for some reason, I was trying to swing at him and it wasn't working. Still, I mean, I whooped his ass though. And the one, Hall, you jerks I was fighting before, kind of a story, like, when I can actually jump. The only reason they were getting me before was I couldn't jump up. Only problem is I'm going to have to come back. I wasn't supposed to come here yet. Now I'm going to have to fight through all of them again. Think if I found that sweet spot again. Don't get greedy, punk ass. Alright, I'm gonna play it safe, heroes, just because everything I just got, I'm going back to the village. So I can save real quick and then I'll come back. Probably should take some potions in with me. It might be a good idea.
Welcome. Hey, want to buy something?
I'll just get 4 for now. Save some of my money. I mean, I can easily sell stuff. Okay. Like, one of the trickiest parts is just that spot, like, with, like, the skeleton heroes, like the ones that, zap me because I can't jump over them. It makes me wonder if I'm going to be getting, like, a double jump here, because, I mean, it's probably about time for it. There's that, guys. Those guys really gave like a little bit of good experience, but yeah, I'm about to get like another level. Wait, that wasn't there before. That was weird. Unless like the chest like randomly roll or something. I need to figure because that was weird. That wasn't there before. The strike attribute. Let's see. What was the gold? What did the gold one? The gold ring do? All right, with the gold in your wallet. Okay, so That's basically pretty much based around luck, but I'm just gonna go with the blow ring. And I can, like, you know, actually, you know, do more damage. Just want to switch out. I kind of like feel like I should just like go ahead and go with the you know, because that gives me like a passive like 9 on luck. Okay, at least I'm taking them out like 1 hit and 2 hits now before they can actually, you know, hit me. So yeah, that blow ring, you know, is definitely, you know, a good upgrade. Yeah, I'm seeing a difference for sure. And I just like got a blitz through all this, like, you know, without like taking any damage, so I'll call that a win. It was worth trying to do. That's what killed me last time, you jerk. Okay. Alright. Doing much better than I did before. So the plan is I'm gonna go on down here and just wreck these guys. Alright, punks, let's try this again. Alright. Oh shit, well, okay, well that did not work out well at all. Thankfully, this is good reason I remember I just bought I did bring potions down, so. That's what I should be doing. There's probably something good right here for MP max up. Okay, well, that went through all my. The hell? Huh? Black drops. Increase your darkness attribute points. Okay. Yeah, I had to like try to end that as quick as I could, just hoping there's not gonna be another one. Shit. You're not. Okay, I'm worried. I need. Ah, thank you. And they were like good enough to like put it right outside the boss room. Very convenient. Whew. Okay, much more relieved now. What are we dealing with here? Oh, Man-Eater. Oh, I remember you. I've seen you in like some of the games before, I think. That was actually surprisingly easy. No, you don't. I just went and just wrecked Man-Eater. No complaints. At all. After everything else I've been through. Let me go and save. I'll have to go through that again. I guess like after everything else I've been through, where that was just like kind of, you know, bit cathartic, but also worries me is like there might be another course. Let that man go, Albus. As you wish, my dear. I was just finishing up, so he's all yours. Why involve the villagers? It doesn't concern them, doesn't it? Worry not, dear Shinoa. Everything will make sense when my plan is complete. I don't care if it makes sense now. You're still an ass. So kind of you to save me. Did he do anything strange? Where are the others? He drew some of my blood and chanted a few words. As for the others, I heard him say he was going to the village. I'm worried. The village again? What is Albus trying to do? Please be a double jump. Jump. Double jump. Ordinary rock. Oh, and I love the flip. I love the animation of her doing the flip. Alright. So this definitely opens up like a whole lot of exploration rogues for next stream. I'm gonna go and like try to wrap this, finish this area up now that we can, because there were a few like chests around it. And also it just makes it easier because I can jump over these guys now. Honestly, shit's more dangerous fighting them from the... Okay, hold on. We're not gonna do this like that. They're more dangerous fighting them, you know, from behind because like they just back into you. It's kind of like that one skeleton I fought back at the prison island. So we gotta take them head on. These guys suck though. It's just their hitboxes are so weird. Okay. Because I mean I gotta find my way back out anyway just to get back. Okay, and I can work. Whoa. Nope. Like, it's like fighting this thing. It's like you're guaranteed to like take a hit. It looks like. I might just like hit them once and then back away. Freaking opportunist. It's a good thing I got it saved down there because this is gonna be like a challenge to fight my way back out of here. The hitbox on things are such bullshit. I'm sorry, guys. It's just frustrating. I'm like trying to swing at it, not hitting it or whatever, but then it can hit me from like right there. That's the only problem with this. Like some of these hitboxes are very, you know. See, and then right there, you know, even though I. Yeah, the best thing there is just like, you know, not try to do the combo attacks, just like do a single hit in on them. Yeah, so yeah, don't even try to do the combo attack, because... Yeah, just step back, step off, homeboy. See, that's what I'm talking about, like, that's what gets me, like, I'll be right up on them trying to hit them or whatever. Can't hit them, but then, like, afterwards, but they still, like, let them, like, you know, just damage me, like, you know, just by nudging me like that, when sometimes it seems like I'll be up on them trying to hit them, it doesn't work. But they can hit me no problem. Like, I got more health to work with going in, so... Let's try to see if I can get that, you know, that sweet spot. Problem is, I ain't got much health going in to fight this stupid thing with, so... And these dragons are a pain to fight just because of, you know... That's fine. I'll make the hitbox. Now I just gotta fight my way back out is the problem. Alright, well at least my HP's back. Alright, that's good. Cashmere thread. Alright, now it shouldn't be a problem to fight back out. Oh, wow. That was so cheap. Like, I just got my health restored or whatever. Yeah, some of these enemy layouts here are a bit BS, but I should be fine now to get out of here. I can hit the, because since I can hit them before they hit me. It's just like some of these hitboxes just feel really weird, like when you're trying to strike them. Let's try to get a little more experience points in. There's one more chest over here too. With any luck, we should have this place fully explored unless there's like some kind of like secret wall I missed. Sorry boys, I'm getting out of here. Alright, we're so close now. Alright, this one right here, what is this? Alright, part max up. Awesome. Alright. We are... Please tell me that's 100%. 100%, I do not have to come back to this infernal place ever again. Alright, so we completed, like, Skeleton Cave 100%. And also, we did get, like, some more items here, so hopefully with any luck... Alright. You must help us. That man has returned. You need to tell me what he's done. Just thinking of it chills my soul. He used this device to take some of our blood. Could he be the monster whispered of in legend? Dracula? I don't understand. Why would he need blood? There's an old mansion beyond the cove. He may have taken residence there. Oh Lord, what horrors might this demon be planning for us? So, Somnus Reef. Alright, first things first, let's go ahead and, like, turn... Oh, so apparently the chest respawns, so you can get, like, some items from them. I didn't know that. I guess they respawn. So I don't have enough thread. I don't think I found the ruby.
Right.
Must be having a rough time of it. I have a mission I must accomplish. If it is, though, not my biz, tell you what. Bring three silver ore. I'll make you something good.
Right.
Yeah, I don't have silver ore yet. I don't think I got one. Let me see. Did I pick up any ore? Copper ore. So I got like, I could swear I had like more than one silk thread. Well, either way. Okay, yeah, she needs a ruby, which we don't have. So I'm having a feeling like maybe I'll find like some of these things complete like more of these quest lines in the next level.
Yo, there you
All right.
are.
Mandragora. This may just be. I mean, I know. I think. Yeah, I haven't fought any Mandragoras in this game yet. I've only fought them in Portrait of Ruin. Let's see what this person up here has to say.
Oh, the melody.
The time is impeccable, for I have just composed an ode to terror, and now I shall record it for all time upon this, my friend's phonograph. Lend your ears as I play it upon this. This broken violin that I forgot was a broken. Oh, damn it all. Damn. Would you be kindly procuring me some horsehair that I might make a new bow? So, wait, is he gonna be like the sound test or something? Okay. Alright, well, at the very least, Rose, we got like 2 hours down this night, and we completed several areas, so it definitely feels like we did put like a nice little, like, you know... We definitely, you know, did kind of hit the game a little bit hard. Got several level ups, you know. Only beat one boss, which actually ended up being like a cakewalk for the most part. Everything else I dealt with in this. And at least now, because I know like one spot I definitely need to go to. I need to go back to Misty Forest Road, because there were like some things there. And at least I've got like some more levels on me now. And shit, and now I got the double jump. So there were like some things back there that we need to go explore. So we're going to definitely go check that out before we go to Somnus Reef. Let me actually, like, I'm gonna actually go back into the village to see which ones, like, still need to be complete. Because obviously, we're gonna, like, that's the whole point of, like, these games, you know, there's always a lot of backtracking. So, monastery, definitely some areas there we still gotta explore. Now I got the double jump. That's the thing. I could go back there right now, actually. Because the monastery is not really, well, yeah, never mind. Yeah, Ecclesia, I could go and check out Ecclesia again, because there's multiple areas here we can go explore. Ecclesia, there's a spot there I think it requires a double jump. Monastery, I'm sure. We already explored Skeleton Cave 100%. Misty Forest Road, definitely like know a spot there where I need a double jump. You literally can see it on the map. The Timeo Mountains, there's that one spot up there at the top. I could go check that out real quick. But it says like there's only like 32% of this area explored, so there's like a lot more to Timeo Mountains. So that can wait. Lighthouse is fully explored. Monera Prison Island. It really feels like a lot of stuff is going to be based around me going back in with a double jump. So we'll be doing like a lot of that there. We'll probably go back through like some of these other areas, check out what's there, and then we'll move on with the game moving forward with Somnus Reef. Somnus Reef sounds like it's going to be like one for us to like swim through. It's going to be like probably like I'm primarily a water level unless it's frozen or something. But yeah, we did get like a lot explored here tonight. I'll be playing more of this next week. Now that I'm kind of like, got like a few upgrades, the game's like felt easier to an extent. It's just mainly like the enemy layouts are still tricky, but now that I've got like, some other weapons, it has like felt a little easier in that regard, but it is still like mainly the fact that like some of the enemies, it's mainly like, at times I feel like the enemies themselves aren't challenging. It's the main problem is when there's like a bunch of them coming at me. That's basically what the Skeleton Cave was about. Like there were so many of them coming at me at once. And then like, that one other spot, the Misty Road or whatever it was, how like they had like different variations of the enemies. Like I had like these different types that were coming in, like on the same screen at once. Like, you had one enemy that was weak to, like some that were weak to slash and the others were weak to magic. So and then like they were like all trying to swarm me at once. Definitely made things a little more complex. So that spot was probably like one of the trickiest parts of the game. Skeleton Cave was definitely, bad as well, but the good news about that one was that like the vast majority, if not all the enemies were weak to the hammer. So I didn't have to worry about switching weapons out. I was able to go and just like, smash them all to death again. And that was pretty much that. And even like the boss, Maneater, was weak to the hammer. So it's just like, like the tricky part is like, the areas where, like there's different enemy variations as far as their weaknesses and strengths, and you have them like try to adapt to that. But at least, hopefully when I go back to that spot, because what I could gather, I couldn't remember if it was like only like a little bit more we had to explore there. But yeah, going back and looking at Misty Forest Road, 83.3%. So I'm guessing with how everything's looking, like that one spot up there is just gonna like, that's missing. It's gonna take us up to like a higher point of the level, so we can fully explore it. So I might go into like tackle that first next stream, which will be next Wednesday. Alongside this on next Wednesday, of course, I'll be playing more Retro Rewind, because I'm going back to like, of course, like sticking to the plan of how like on one Wednesday, me and Amber will do Power Wash Sim too, and then like the next Wednesday I'll do Retro Rewind. And since we did Power Wash Sim today, Retro Rewind's gotta be for next week. So yeah, as far as like tomorrow's concerned, I got some more horror for you guys. I'll be playing Dark Pals, the first floor. I believe it's called the first floor. Either way, Dark Pals. Like I said, I have a hard time like remembering like subtitles for some of these games I pick up. We'll be playing Dark Pals tomorrow, and then Friday the plan is to do Captured 2. Kind of get back into some more anomaly horror. I said I was gonna like take a break on that for a while after what happened with Paranoia Museum, but I really do want to try to give Captured 2 a chance, considering the first game was so great. And then over the weekend, still hasn't really been entirely set in stone what we're gonna be doing over the weekend. With me and it's gonna be possibly, the main thing I'm kind of like really gearing towards is playing headliners, since Amber's does have like, has like a new like better PC setup now, since I took like my old one to her like when I was on vacation, like hanging out with her in Rocket like last month. Headliners was one of the main games she wasn't able to play because like there was so many issues that were coming up due to her computer she was using at the time not be able to handle it. So it would be nice to get into headliners. And Rocket Nachos, she said he's currently on a work trip, but he should be back over the weekend. So that means that Rocket Nachos will probably be able to join us for that over the weekend. And maybe if Mickey D43 is up for it, I don't know like what dates over the weekend he'd be up for. Hopefully both. And if so, we could like, all of us could play the headliners on Saturday, and then Sunday, me, Mickey D43, and Rocket Nachos could play in the back rooms. So I'm gonna talk to them about that. I'll probably like post in a Discord, like try to get that plan, get those plans rolling, see like who's up for what. But either way, this definitely, was like, much easier on me compared to like the first episode for Castlevania or Ecclesia I did. When I first played, I was getting wrecked left and right by like some of the bosses. This time, like I went in and there was definitely a few like deaths, some that were frustrating, but it did feel like more manageable now that I've got like a few more upgrades, and I got like, as far as like the, both like armor and, the clothes, like, upgrade my defense and everything. And of course I get my attack upgraded and get like a few new weapons. So, can't wait to play more this next week. Because what it showed, I guess like that 29 is like, we're about 30% through the game now. So, I also know that usually like sometimes with Castlevania, they tend to like, have like, I don't know. It's mainly, I'm kind of feeling like it could come down to we might have like some variations of the stages. They did, because these games do like to do that, where they throw you into like, you know, a whole different version of some stage. Like we had the inverted castle and Symphony of Night and Portrait of Ruin. Had like the other paintings you had to go through. They were pretty much, you know, more hellish versions of like stages we already went to. So they may do that with this one. But I'm pretty sure, just like typical Castlevania standard fare, there's gonna be like some steps we're gonna have to take to be able to get like the good ending. Otherwise, there'll be like a bad ending we'll get where we'll get in the game prematurely. There's probably like something like focus on exploration or whatever, where there's like gonna be certain things we gotta find to be able to, you know, get a good ending for a game. Because usually the Metroidvanias have like good and bad endings, so we'll see how it goes with this one. But for now, guys, I'm gonna go and call it here, because I still got this set of this shelf I gotta put together. And again, I do have to go in and do one more edit for the intro screen, so I can, like, you know, make sure that the ads like I set like something up on my stream deck to automatically play the ads at the start, so we don't have any more issues like what happened earlier, like with the stream and the last one. So I'm gonna be doing that tonight, get my new shelf set, hopefully have that, you know, up, you know, over here by the time I do my next stream tomorrow. But with that, I'll see you guys tomorrow for Dark Pals, and then like from there it'll be Capture 2, and then like a weekend of multiplayer gaming. And then next week, don't know what's going to be going on. I may go ahead and start getting back into Cyberpunk 2077, but the main goal, of course, is like, you know, is finishing up Scale the Depths and also Meltopia. But as always, Rogues will take that as it comes. So anyways, until next stream, guys, much love. Thanks for coming out and hanging out with me. If you guys just lurked, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.